Good day, YouTube. It is the 24th of July, 2021. This is the 1967 Toro Golfmaster golf car. Picked this up last week, did a first initial video on it. This thing is crazy. It's one of the coolest golf carts I've ever seen, pictures of or otherwise. To own it, it's pretty darn cool. A quick going over, the tires on it are a little smaller than most golf carts, narrower. I put a regular golf cart tire on the right front because the tire that was on it wouldn't hold air, and you can see it's hitting the bumper. So definitely got to put the right size tires back on these wheels that are a little bit narrower. But that's fine. So this thing is loaded. Alright, we got a chrome steering column with a steering wheel that swings. You can drive it on the left side, pull this lever in. You can drive it in the center, or you can drive it on the right side. Is that cool or what? So it has a gas pedal in the middle and a brake pedal on both sides. So you can see the brake pedal has a lot of wear on the left side, which means it was driven on the left side most of the time, or possibly all the time. So we'll put that back over out of harm's way. This thing has four-wheel independent suspension, including in the rear. Is that little miniature Corvette rear end, if you ever seen one? Inboard disc brakes. Really? Wow. It's, back to basics on the old resistor speed control. It has a quick connect to connect to the batteries and so forth. It's the same quick connect. There's a charge port over on this side. Uses that same quick connect. I was missing the quick connect for the batteries. I ended up getting, I think this is like a 50 amp rated up to like number 4 wire. I couldn't match that exactly, but I matched it close, so I got 3 pairs. I only need one for this, but I always get extras. So I have scared up 3 batteries from various things around the shop here, and I'm going to go get some jumper cables and hook all these up 36 volts. So we'll be seriesing 3 12-volt batteries and then put positive and negative on that quick connect. We're just trying to see if this works. We're not trying to drive it, not trying to temp it in. We're just trying to see if it works. If it works, then I'll invest in 6 6-volt golf cart batteries, maybe even today. If it doesn't, then we have other things to look at, and we need to sort it out before I throw a bunch of money at it, because 6 batteries, they don't give them away, especially anymore. So, if it works, we're going to buy 6 batteries today. If it works, I already have 2 pairs of tires in my shopping cart on eBay. 2 pair, like this rib type tire, and then 2 pair, 1 pair, and then 1 pair of it's going to be more like a lawnmower tread, something like can you see up there? Yeah, more like that style, because that's really all I could find in this size. I can't remember. It's like a 16 658. I believe that's correct. So let me go find some jumper cables, get these things configured. We'll jack up the rear end and go from there. When I originally pulled this body up, it felt like, well, it's pretty heavy. This thing's heavy duty, but look how clean it is on it. This is 1967. It ain't even dirty. You can still see the fiberglass. You know what I'm saying? It has this really cool center console with the key in it, forward, reverse kind of thing. So I used the straps up here in the rafters in the shed to pull the body up. Then I realized that there's even a prop rod in here for it. So this thing's cool. It's super cool. Alright, let me go scrounge up some jumper cables. Let's see if this thing works or not. Alright, we got some cables hooked up. The lighting out here with the sun coming in is just going to be tough to see. I'll try to do my best to explain to you what I've got. So we have 3 12-volt batteries. This is a 36-volt golf cart. To add voltage, you series your batteries to add current and not add voltage, you parallel your batteries. We are seriesing 3 12-volt batteries to give us 36 volts. That is the positive post. Okay, I've just laid these out to where that is positive, and that is negative. Okay, let's go through the setup. I'm using the red part of the jumper cable, that being positive. This is negative. So negative goes to positive. Okay, when you're series, so that is positive on the second battery, we're using the red side of my jumper cables. Okay, so positive, negative, positive, negative. So we use the black part of the cable. Doesn't really matter what you use as long as you keep track of it. Over to the positive side of the next battery. Okay, and then so if that is negative, that is positive. Sorry, that is negative. Okay, so positive, negative. We put our meter across. Now that we have series these together, we should have nominal 36 volts, 37.6. That's perfect. I use a small set of cables to go from positive to negative to the connector. The connector was marked with a positive, so I used my red on the positive post. I used the black on the negative post. Where it says positive, I've connected the red cable. This is 10 gauge copper, by the way. I used to make these for motorcycle jumper cables. And then that is the black. So batteries are connected. I threw a jack under the transaxle, and the switch is here. Forward or reverse, I don't care which direction. We'll turn it on carefully. Okay. Now, we'll see if it works. We're doing this together. I've not tried this. Cross your fingers. Please work. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how that works. Lord. I see a little smoke out of the battery. That battery's actually venting. That battery's 11 years old. It can vent. Ooh, boy, no sparks, please. Okay, you know what this means now? It does work. Let's turn the switch off. I thought it would work because there's just no Mickey Mouse here. People haven't been playing with it. That battery is absolutely junk. I've had it on the charger all week, so it would work for this experiment. I actually took that out of the Scooby van a month or so ago because it just plain old died. So we're still at about 37 volts nominal because that battery is garbage. So, gang, pretty stoked, okay? Next, we have a Costco here in town, and they sell interstate batteries. That is the best buy in golf cart batteries. I don't need to look because if you're familiar with my channel, you know I just did a 36 volt electric golf cart not too long ago and sold it. And I'd already done the research to find out where the best buy is on batteries, and I did call Costco here in town. They still sell the 6 volt interstate golf cart batteries for about 95 bucks a piece. I do not have cores, so it's $15 core, so they'll cost me $110 each. 6 batteries, 660 bucks. So I don't have a Costco membership card. My father-in-law does, so I got to call him and say, hey, we got to go to Costco today. And then I could pull the wheels and tires off of this thing. I'd take them down and get the tires dismounted. I already have a quote from a powder coat shop to sandblast these and powder coat them. They're not local to me where I live, but they're real close to where I'm working right now. So, and they said 1 to 2 day turnaround. So that's next. I'm going to pull the wheels and tires off, and we'll see about picking up some batteries. So probably pick this up some days down the road and show you that it runs and operates. So I am pretty excited this thing is going to run. So we'll catch you soon and finish up this video. For me it'll be a few days, for you 5 seconds. Alright guys, it's the next day, it's on Sunday. This is the top of the cart with the body up. A little crowded in the shed this morning. So we got some batteries yesterday. Tried my local Costco. They had none, so we ended up driving 22 miles north to Salem, Oregon. To that Costco they had 12. Albany store said they're 10 weeks at least back ordered to get more, so we had to drive to go get them, but we got them, so that's good. I didn't have cores. They charged me 15 bucks a piece for cores. I expected that. That's fine. So this was $660, which was a bargain. If you've looked around for golf cart batteries, they're 95 bucks a piece. $15 core, $660 for 6. So I toyed with which direction to set these in, making them easy to series. I decided, why don't we just make the cables fit and put them all in the same direction. That'll save confusion. Even earlier in the video you can see I was losing track of the 12-volt batteries that I had in there. So let's just make it less confusing and put them all in the same orientation, make the cables fit. So to start off with, we're going to get our positive and negative off of this battery. So negative there, positive there, and that'll come up to a connector like this one, and plug in. That connector needs to be changed. It's actually been hot. It's a little bit melty, so we're going to change that, and I have to because it's not compatible with the connectors that I bought. Those are 50 amp rated connectors. This is a 1.5 horsepower 36 volt DC electric motor. So it's certainly not going to be the fastest cart on the block by any means, but it will motivate it. So it's time to make some cables, right? So I'm set up. Let me throw you on a stand here real quick. Did not take time to clean the bench off or anything today. So that's my Harbor Freight hydraulic crimper set. It's a decent little crimper. I'm actually an electrician, so I've used crimpers that are thousands of dollars, and this one is just fine. And it's not thousands of dollars. It's not. I don't even think it's $100. I can't remember what it cost, however, so don't quote me on a price. So I've started off. These are the connectors that I chose. Again, it was this was an Amazon purchase. So they go together like that. Obviously the contacts aren't in them yet, so they'll go like so. Okay, so I'll set that aside for a minute. These are the contacts. These are supposed to be good for a number 4 wire, although I had difficulty getting the wire in there. I had to cut a few of the perimeter strands to get them in there. And we got the first one crimped on there. I went and got some. I had some red number 4, but I didn't have it enough. I didn't feel like I had enough, so I went and got some black just for fun. So I got this one crimped on. Again, it's a real good crimp. And I'll show you my plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a short cable with this connector on it on the negative side. All right. So we'll crimp a lug onto here. We'll have basically a black and a red from that battery that plugs into the cart. Then everything else will just be a jumper seriesing the batteries together. Again, when you're trying to add voltage, you series. When you're trying to add current, you parallel. And we have 6-volt batteries. We need 36, so 6 times 6 is 36. We will series these together. So I'm going to crimp a lug onto the other end of this cable to make the negative, and then we'll build a positive, and then we'll start building jumpers. Alright, we'll make these a little long, but not obnoxiously long. So we'll cut this one right here. If I cleaned up my bench, I'd have a better place to work. We'll take our lug, We'll decide how far to strip that. Right in there. We're just trying to cut through the insulation without hitting the copper, okay? Electrons flow on the outside of the strand. So if you nick the copper, you've actually affected how it will flow current. Cut it that way. See if she'll pull off. Like that, nice and clean. Slip on our crimp on lug. Shove it in there nice and tight. Let me pull you over here. And we'll crimp this lug on. Clamping this thing in the vise is pretty darn handy. It makes it, you know, so you don't have to have 3 hands. Okay, shove her on in there nice and tight, pump away. Okay, release. And there we go. That's the crimp we got. Alright, let's make a red one now. Alright, we got the fitting for the quick connect on there. Had to cut a few strands to get that to go on there. Tried to buy these that were good for number 4, but whatever reason, it didn't quite fit. Push it on in. There we go. And a nice crimp. Alright, let me get a length on this guy. Alright, so if I were to tap the positive here, negative here, I'm only going to get 6 volts across here. So I got to tap the positive here and the negative there. I want to make these the same length if I can. So we'll cut that right there. Give that a cut. Once again, we'll get our cut length or strip length on there. Cut through the insulation, or 80% of the way through the insulation without hitting the copper. Cut it that way. See if we can peel this off like that. And then we'll crimp it. Then we'll crimp it. Move you a little closer. Tighten the wheel first this time. That'd be different. Looked like it was crooked or something. Okay, shove it on in there. And another good crimp. Alright, I'll make the rest of these cables and bring you back when I got something to show you. Alright gang, we fast forwarded to Sunday, August 8th. Got a lot going on in our world. Got the rest of the cables built, and I went to put these quick connects on. I took out the old quick connect, which were blue ones like those, because I didn't have the one on the battery side, and the one on the motor side, you could see it started to melt. So that's not good. So I ordered actually 6 total, 3 pairs on eBay. I'll show them to you. They're garbage, absolutely garbage. There were these. I got them all. I crimped on the fittings. I pushed them in here after fighting them for a while, and then went to put these together, and they don't make any connection at all. They're not even a bad connection. They're no connection. So I went to Home Depot and got these. These are a set screw butt splice for electrical. This is what they are. They're about $6.50 or something like that. And I'm going to use these to splice those and then put some shrink tube on them. That's the plan anyway. I hope it's going to work. So, because I already have these ends crimped on, I'll just use them and then slide this on like so, and then drop the set screw. Get it? So there'll be 2 of these, positive, negative. Put those together and will be test drivable. So by now, right now I have wheels and tires on this from one of my previous golf carts, 88 Club Car DS, I believe. That's where these came off of. Yeah, and they're way too big, but it gives something to roll around on. I haven't even set the body back down to see if the rear was actually clear. The front ones hit the bumper. You have to turn very far to hit the bumper. If you're going straight, probably be okay, but you can't turn very sharp. And they'll rub. The wheels off this I had at the powder coater. I picked them up 2 days ago on Friday and dropped them off Friday after work to get to do tires on them. But I wasn't around yesterday, Saturday, to pick them up, so I'll have to grab them after work tomorrow, which will be Monday, or the next day, which will be Tuesday, and then we can put those on, and they look real good. So let me get these splices on here. Notice I left this battery cable off. That is a safety precaution while we're working with these, until these are all together and insulated and so forth. You do not want to connect all your batteries. Be safe about this. There is potential current here is way in the hundreds and hundreds of amps. Obviously together we're at 36 volts. Obviously these are like a 220 amp hour battery, but their available current, their short circuit current is huge, maybe even 1,000 amps. It will cause one heck of an explosion. Could hurt you, could kill you, could blow the batteries up. There's a million things it could do. Be safe about it. Right now all these connections are loose, and then there'll be one to land right there. That cable's hanging free until I get all of this put together. Okay, so we'll just quickly run over the connection. So I've got a negative post here. My wire is there. This is that crimp connector close up from that disconnect connector. So this is what I'm going to land the set screw on. So this is that negative wire. From negative, this is the positive, so we have 36 volts potential between them. Okay, so positive to negative, negative to positive, positive to negative, negative to positive, positive to negative, negative to positive. Am I doing this right? I got to jump in here and just be sure. Positive to negative, negative to positive, positive to negative, negative to positive, back to negative here, here. There's no real rhyme or reason for red or black cables. The best you could do would be a half a red and half black. Didn't have that. I just split them in the middle so that I ended up with a black on negative and a red on positive. That would be easiest. I can see the charge wire that leaves there and goes up to a charge port over here is red, so I'm assuming that one was positive and the other one is negative, and that's how I will make these up. Let me put that connector in, get them all shrink tubed up, and I'll bring you back. Alright, we got the battery connections made. I tightened up all the terminals. I put that last jumper on before I did anything. I put my meter across, negative and positive here. It's got 37.7 volts, which is correct for 36 volt batteries. So, put my meter away. Let's make sure she rolls a little. And I'll put the body down and we'll take it out. I can't turn it very sharp. So the key goes one way for reverse and it returns. So you can't leave it in reverse. You can leave it in forward. And then we'll tap the gas. Look at the rear wheels, see if she rolls. Oh yeah. Yep, I have it tied to the ceiling. We can't go crazy. Let me get this thing unstrapped, get it out of here, and take it for its first drive. Alright, we got it outside. Had to put some air in the tires, and I didn't even take the dirt off of it. It's pretty dirty. We're driving from the left side today because we can, and it's normal. Hey, don't give me no crap about my hair. I've been oiling the wood in my Alaskan camper all morning, and I got it in my hair. And that I wear my glasses in my hair, and then I drive the cars with the windows down. I'm not having a good hair day, is what I'm saying. Don't give me no crap. All right, here we go. She's working. Oh, I should have swiveled the seat. Proper entrance. All right. Quick reverse check. Works. Forward. And stop. Well, gang, this could be a fun little machine, that's all I got to say. The Toro, the 1967 Toro Golfmaster, with the white interior, with the swinging steering wheel, chrome steering column. Yes. Let's drive it from that side. With the dual disc brakes, with the four-wheel independent suspension. Yeah. Next video on this will be getting the newly refurbished wheels and the new tires on it. Correct size. These are too wide. That's all I could do to make those corners because she's rubbing the front bumper there. Shouldn't hurt anything. And then after we get it cleaned up in the next video, we'll figure out what to do with it. It's probably too cool to sell. Do you ever have something that's too cool to sell? Yeah. If somebody really wants this, they better really want it. They're gonna have to want it worse than I do, dollar-wise, because I saw one of the other ones before I saw this one, probably. Anyway, gang, appreciate you watching the videos. Wait for the next one on this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up on the way out the door. And stay tuned for more videos on the Toro Golfmaster.